Okay. So the examples here is some examples as well. Suppose you can see this is my left table, this is my right table. Okay. So if I want to join based on the ID, okay, I'll be joining. Let me pull my target tables column in this way. So ID from table 1, I'm just putting ID 1, name from table 1, ID from table 2. I'll be pulling all the columns from each of the tables. Okay. But as ID is there for both of the tables, I am just aliasing the column names ID1, ID2 and name1, name2. Okay. Now I'm joining based on ID1. So if I'm performing inner join, can any one of you tell me what should be the output over here? Anyone? If I join, if I do a inner join between these two data set, what should be the output over here? Which particular row should be coming in? This is just a quick recap of previous session with a bit.
Row 1 and row 2 will be available, I guess.
Row 1 and row 2 from, okay, tell me ID 1. Tell me, few of the records, then quickly.
So it will be giving 1 and 2 because there's no 3 in the second table.
Okay, 1, 2, name 1, I'm putting A, B. Okay.
Yeah.
For ID 2, what should be coming?
It will be giving A, D, and E, F.
No, ID2 over here. Uh,
Yeah, it will be giving A, D, B, C, E, F. Like,
okay, it's name 2, you are telling. A,
oh, okay,
D,
ID.
B,
Oh,
C.
so ID should be,
No, this should
yeah.
not be the answer actually. Let me tell you
Yeah, it
why.
will, uh,
Okay, so it's a bit tricky from the last join. So over here you can see, yeah, definitely one part you are correct. So 1, 2 is the common. If we are checking the ID field, we are joining based on ID. Okay, so ID there are 1 and 2, it's common. But over here 2, 1 is present and 1, 2 is present. If we are joining for this particular record, when we are joining over here, this one can find 2, 1 over here. Okay, so for each of this record, two different records should be present. So output should be in this manner. The first is fine. 1 AA from second table, I'm pulling this record 1 AD. That is fine. The second record should be again 1 AA because for this combination, this will be present once more time. 1 BC. Okay. Now for this record 2 AB, this will be coming to EF. Okay. For 3, there is no matching ID. So nothing should be there for ID 3. So this should be the resultant data set. If we are going to perform an inner join between these two data sets. Did you get it? The issue.
yes, yes, got it.
Yeah. Okay. So it was tricky because over here 2, 1 is there. So it will not be discriminating which one will they will be taking, which one they will not be taking. Similarly, if we just go ahead with the left join, any other one? Any other? Can you please tell me what should be the output? I'm just doing left join over here directly. Left, left join. I'm just okay. I'm not rubbing this. I'm just putting this thing as well. Anyone? What should be left out of joins output? No one. Okay, let me tell. Approve, you can also try. It should be similar to this, just, I mean,
So
for left. Yeah.
the right side thing will be the same, and the left side part will only be there. What it has common in them.
Yeah, yeah, that is the main definition. So what should be output? Is there any changes with this, or what should be the output? Just think. Actually, if we are just going to
Yeah,
have
sort it.
any,
So
yeah,
like
yeah,
1, 2, 3 will be coming in the left thing, and there'll only be 1 and 2 on the right side. Is that correct?
yeah, that is definitely correct. But yes, so you are almost correct. But this thing will be there already for this one. This each of this one, two things will be coming. Excuse me. But yeah, and for these two, this should be coming. So whatever inner joint resultant dataset that should be present, extra row should be there. Yeah, you are almost correct actually. It's fine. 3AD. For 3AD, there should be null value. Okay. So inner join, we should be having only this output for left outer join. If we are just performing left outer join, this extra row should be appearing over here. So the thing is getting tricky because we have two things over here. I'll be just going ahead with another example over here. We can also have a right outer join. For right outer join, it should be simply this, the same result for inner join, because there is nothing extra at the right table. So whatever result we have found in inner join, the same thing we can check it over here. Okay, now let's perform this one. Inner join, I'm just pulling the resultant data set, the same thing. Okay, what output will be checking over here? Anyone? I'll be performing inner join. Anyone, please?
So
Srilekhya.
it will
Okay,
be
approve. Yeah, tell
one
me.
AA,
1AA, fine. What should be the second
one
tables?
AD,
1AD,
one AD,
fine.
one
Next,
AB,
1AB,
one BC,
1BC. Okay, it's fine.
two. So there's no two, so it should be null, I guess.
No, we are doing inner join. So,
That's all, I guess. That's all.
okay, someone is telling any idea? I mean, okay. So the same thing actually approved. So you can see there is 1AA, 1AD. So why this record and this record will not be joined? Because there is also one, there is also one. The same thing over here. For each of one is getting matched, both of them. So that is why it's getting crossed. Although it's inner join, because as this is duplicated, so one will be coming with each of them. Okay, so this is the reason. 1A will be joined with each of them. So first record is fine. For 1A, another record should be coming over here as well. 1BC. Okay. Similarly, for this 1AB, again these two joins should be happening, because there is one, there is also one. So each one will be getting crossed. Okay. Sorry. 1A. Then I'm repeating this thing. 1AB. For 1AB, two different rows should be there. Each of the rows, this thing should be crossed again. Okay. So we will be having four combination. Two for this combination and two for this combination. Okay, that should be the inner joins output. Did you get it? Approve.
Uh, yeah, got it. So like there are four ones, right? So that's why we got four combinations.
Correct, 4 rows. So because
Yeah.
each of the rows is getting crossed with another one. Okay, for
Okay.
left join, again 3AD should be there if we just perform left join.
3AD and then in the place of 2EF it would be null then.
Correct. If we perform right join, then
Then 3AD would be null.
3AD should be null, and this thing should be 2EF. Instead of this, you can put this thing. Okay. For 2AEF, it should be null head over here. I have another exercise example over here. I mean, please, clear your concept for everyone, because if we are just we are planning for a joy. Going to give an interview on top of data engineering. They will be definitely asking this kind of scenario. They'll be giving you the scenario and they'll be telling you what should be the join. Rather, they will not be focusing on the syntaxes. They'll be trying to clear your concept, because join will be using in every. Maybe when you will be learning Python data frame, there will be also joining. If you are using any other ETL or any other things, join is the very basic things. The concept should be clear. Then we'll be learning the syntax, maybe in SQL, maybe in Python, and the syntax is not a big deal actually. If we know the concept, if the concept is clear, then the syntax is very simple. Okay, here is a real time scenario. We have this table: employee ID, employee age, and a particular book ID is been tagged with the particular employee. Maybe in the library they have booked this kind of book. Okay, and I have another table where the mapping data with each of book ID and book name is there. Okay, so let's join on based on book ID. So I also put the actually joining criteria over here. Over here, it's a right join actually. Okay, let's do the inner join first. Inner join. I'm rubbing up, removing this data. Okay, tell me. Okay, let's go ahead one by one. So the resultant data set I'm pulling employee ID, employee age, book ID first means all the columns from this table, and the second thing I'm pulling this thing book ID, book name from the second table. Let's pick the first. Okay, so over here only one combination is there. I'm pulling this one. Second one from here 11 RT. This should be joined. So first, I'm pulling up, pulling first, row from the first table. Then I'll be checking with when I'll be just joining between this column book ID and book ID. I need to check what are the common and that should be pulled. 12 GT. Again, this thing should be coming. This is the real time scenario. Again, this thing should be coming. For 12. Again, this thing should be coming. Okay. So this is the output of the inner join. Actually, why this inner join is required? Because in library we have tagged each of the employees name with book ID. Suppose someone is interested which book he or she is reading. Okay. Then we need to map with this table as well. We actually we do not require this columns anymore. Those columns are required only for joining purpose. I'm going to If we just, I'm just going to delete it. Then suppose let me hide this thing, or let me delete as well. No issue. Then I can quickly check employee ID. One, he is reading XY book. Employee ID two, he's reading RT book. Or maybe I can also set up a relationship based on age. So suppose the age is 45, the age near 45 age, they're preferring XY book. 48, they're referring RT book, or just like this. Okay. So this is how join can also be performed. For left join, there should not be actually no change, because in left table there is no such extra record. There is no such extra book ID which is not present, because book ID, book name, there should be extra data. Maybe all the books ID has been created over here. There is no other books instead of this from the library. So in the book, this table, there should not be any extra record. That is fine as per the practical scenario. But there may be the scenario, lots of books are there which are unread. So for that reason, we will be pulling those particular tables name. Suppose 14, 15, 13 as well. No one read these three books. If we are performing right join, then that should be also coming. Okay. And as there is no match, no people didn't read this book out. So that is why for these three book, there should be null value over here. So those was right join or right outer join. Okay. Hope everything is clear. If not, please ask me. I'll be moving to SQL syntaxes now. Okay. I hope it's clear for everyone.
So okay, so what
Yeah.
about the fuller join?
Okay. Full outer join. For this scenario, it should be same. There will be no issue because there is no such extra data. Full outer join is just like combination of left outer join and right outer join. Okay. Over
Okay,
here,
so
there
how
is, yeah, tell me. Okay. I'm
no,
just
like
telling.
how often? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So in the left outer join, there is no such extra records than that of inner join, because in left table, there is no extra records or no extra book ID which are not present over here. So this data itself should be the full outer join, because right outer join is present over here and left outer join is still this portion. I mean, that should be our full outer join as well. Let me just tell you another example where I can differentiate between left outer, right outer, and
Yeah,
full outer.
so like here when we did right join, we got like 4 records, right?
Over here,
No, here on the right,
right table,
right
right
or
outer
left
join
as well.
having
We got multiple, right?
correct, correct. Over here, I can show you
Yeah.
full outer. So that should be full outer. 3 AD null null. So that should be right. I mean, full outer joins result. So we should be having left outer as well as right outer joins. Okay, it should be the example of full outer. Yeah, tell me,
No, what?
Afro. You are telling any other thing?
Yes. So like in the right thing, we got 1A, 1AD, 1A, 1BC, 1AB, 1AD, 1AB, and 1BC, right?
Hmm?
So if we did the full outer join in the previous table you showed, so it should also get like multiple records of the same thing, I guess, right? No?
Correct, correct. Yeah, that join should be there. If we have, suppose this one, the same thing, multiple records should be crossed. There'll be no issue because each of
So
one,
like why don't we
yeah,
try it on the previous table?
this one
No, no, the book table, I guess. Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, here also, I mean, the things are getting duplicated. So you can see
So for
10.
example, like
Yeah.
if you do a right join on the book ID and on the first book ID and the book name table, so you would be getting 4 records of 10 book ID
Yeah,
10,
that is
right?
there already. You can see 10, 10.
So we have only three, I guess.
Over here, how many tens are there? 1, 2, 3.
3.
1, 2, 3
And there's
tens are
another
there.
one in the like right one, right? If we do a writer join, that should
Yeah,
also
yeah.
be
No,
there
no.
again.
Just for one of the record, each of the record should be crossed. So this 10 will be crossed with this one. This cross 10 will be crossed with this one. This 10 will be crossed again, this one again. Same thing we are doing over here as well. So over here, 2 1 is there. Over here, 2 1 is there. So 2 into 2, 4 record should be there for 1. The same thing. Over here, only 10, 110 is there. Over here, 310 is there. 3 into 1. So 3 record should be there at the output. For
Okay,
10.
okay.
For 11, you can see it's simply, I mean, when you'll be pulling, just think about one recorder coming from here. It's there. So it will be fine. Searching for here the 10. My
Yeah,
10
I'm good
is
now.
here.
I'm ready.
So it will be pulling, I mean, pulling this thing. Suppose here is another 10. This should not be the scenario. Actually, book ID should be one book ID should be mapped with another book ID. But I'm giving this kind of scenario. It's absurd scenario actually. So 10, suppose BT. If this is the scenario, then we are pulling this thing. Now this 10 will be searching the 10 from here. But suddenly it will get two different 10. Okay. Then for each of the records with having 10, it should be crossed with this one as well as this one. Okay. So for this kind of scenario, for each of the 10, another record should be appearing. This thing as well.
Okay, because it has another book name.
Another book name. Correct. But this is an absurd scenario in library. A particular book ID will be tagged with different, I mean, book name. Okay, but the scenario should be having this. So for 10, we have 210 over here, 310 over here. So total number of record for 10 should be 3 cross 2
6.
equals 6.
6.
Yes, for each of this 2 should be coming. Each of this 2 should be coming. Each of this 2 should be coming. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
got it.
let's move to syntax part. Okay, while learning syntax part, I'll be showing with this example. Okay, I just created this table over here. We have employee detail and employee designation. Let me just quickly do the select star from each of the table. Employee table, we are having employee ID and employee age combination similar to this exercise, this example. Okay, this one and employee designation. Employee designation. We are having 1, 2, 4 and each of their designation. Over here, employee ID is present 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's move ahead with the inner join and let's pull all the columns from each of the data set. Okay, let's pull all the columns from each of the data set in our final resultant data set. Let's do that join. How to do the join? So first, let's put a select query, select. Then you need to put all the columns that you need to bring up from both of the tables. Okay. So suppose employee ID. Okay. Before doing that, let's put some space over here. I'm putting some space. The selection of columns I'll be doing later. Okay. I'm just doing from. Over here, some comma should be there. Comma, space, comma, comma. Whatever selection I'll be making, I'll be just putting the column name over here. From this two table. First table is employee detail. Okay. Joining syntax. It's called join. If we just put join by default, it should be inner join in nature. Okay. So let's do inner join first. With the second table, employee designation. Okay. On is a keyword. Over here we are learning two keywords: from first table name or left table, join right table, on top of which two particular columns I'll be joining. I need to mention this. Okay. So while mentioning this joining clause, employee ID is having, employee detail is having employee ID, EMP underscore ID, and designation is also having employee ID. To distinguish between each of the which column is coming from which particular table, I need to make the syntax in this way: table name dot column name. Okay. So first employee detail dot emp ID equal emp designation dot emp ID. Just give me some second. Yeah. So select emp ID. Okay. Now the selection I haven't tell till now. Just forget it. So select column names. I'll be coming to this point quickly. The latter part of this program should be from which table will be performing into the join. The true tables you can put. In between you have to put either join, either left join, either right join, this kind of thing. On top of which particular two columns the particular tables will be performing the joining. We need to put the same thing over here. Okay. Employee detail dot. Okay. The first table, this is the table name dot column name. This is the second table name dot column name. So I'll be equaling this thing too. That means we are performing the join. Okay. Can put a space, no issue. So this is how we can join. Now our join is ready. We need to pull the final resultant column. So while pulling the resultant column, the result datasets column, suppose employee ID I'm pulling over here, but if I run this query, it will be throwing error because employee ID is present in both of the table. It's present in employee detail table as well as employee designation table. So I need to specify which particular table I'll be pulling this employee ID. So I need to mention the same convention: table name dot column name. Okay. Similarly, let's put age first. So employee age is only column over here. It's not present over here. I can simply put employee age, but for better understanding, let me pull which table it is coming from. So it's coming from employee detail table. So let me push in this way: employee detail dot emp age. Emp designation dot emp ID. It's first column of this table. Okay. I'm removing spaces and designation from this table. What is the designation column? Designation dot designation from this table. Okay. So this is our joining syntax. Let's run it. Okay. So we are doing an inner join. So the common columns are present: 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Is it clear for everyone? The syntax. while learning the syntax, any issue? If there is any issue, please
That's
tell
okay.
me.
It's clear.
It's clear. Okay. Let me do one more thing. We are just mentioning table name dot column name. So this is taking lots of spaces. I mean, lots of character. So generally, what do we do over here? While doing joining, we are aliasing the table. So employee detail, I'm aliasing it. Suppose A table. We can put as a anything we can do as A or put simply a space then A. You can put B for the second table, employee designation B. So it's a nickname of the table. Now we should not have to put entire table name. Instead of doing that, I can put A dot employee ID, A dot employee age. From the second table, I can tell B dot employee ID, B dot designation. Similarly over here, A dot employee ID, B dot employee ID. You can do join. We already know how to join. I mean, what should be the output because you already gone through it. So this is how join can be performed. If we do left join, okay. So in left table, I mean, while doing left join, as you aware that employee detail is having some extra record, which is 3, which is not present in designation table. So that is why it's the output. Okay. If we do the right join, so and new record is there 4 in employee designation, which is not present in employee detail. So that is why this right while doing right join, this is my standard table. So we are pulling all the things here, and as there is no match record for 4 at the left table, that is why those are not. Okay, so those are the output. One more important thing: full outer join is not supported by MySQL databases. If we just put full join, it will be throwing error, syntax error, because full join is not supported. Okay. In other database, full join support. I mean, full join is supported by other databases, but not over here. So my next question, if we want to make any full join over here, how we can perform it in MySQL database? This should be a question to you. Please check it. At your side, I'll be giving this thing as homework. I'll be giving after 1 or 2 days, I'll be giving some question answer. I mean, question to you. You have to give me the answers. So that time I'll be giving this question. I want to do a full outer join in MySQL database. As full outer join syntax is not supported here. So how to perform this full outer join by yourself? Okay. Okay. Let me do one more thing. The same exercise. I'm just going to insert 2 1 over here. Okay. So I'm just going to push 2 1, or suppose 2 1 is not fine actually. A particular employee ID is having 2 age, it's not fine. But let's say a particular employee is having 2 designation. Let's see what happens. So I'm entering one more 1 in designation table. Okay. So insert into employee designation values. Suppose 1 comma manager. Okay, so you can see there are 2 1s in employee designation. So earlier this record was not there. So actually 2 1 is there at the, I mean, left hand side there is 1 tab 1 1, In the right hand side, 2, 1 is there. That is why each of this thing has been crossed with each of them. So that is why 3 records are coming. For 1, there are 2 records and 1 records for 2. Is it clear for everyone? We just, taught this thing in our Excel sheet exercise. It's clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, okay. This is very, very important concept actually. Even anyone is having how much experience, that doesn't matter. In the interview question, if we are performing, going ahead with any interview with data, join is a must ask. They will be definitely asking. They will be telling you the row, and they will be giving you the scenario, and they will be asking if we are going ahead with inner join, what should be the output. Okay, the same exercise that we have gone through with this one. Okay, we can have a cross join. Cross join is supported over here. If we simply do a cross join, instead of doing left join, we can put cross. For cross join, we cannot go ahead with this kind of condition. It will be simply cross. One row of the first table should be crossed with second row. Okay, so each of the row of the first table should be having one specific record at the second table. And the vice versa is also correct. We can also tell each of the row at the second table should be having row on the first table. So that's why it's getting crossed. Total row count should be multiplication of this. First table is having 3 records. Second table is having 4 records. So my resultant dataset should be having 4 into 3 equal 12 records. If we're performing cross join. Okay, you can see the same thing. 12 records are there. We can just, okay, how to check how many records are there? We can use aggregation function called count. Okay, I can simply just remove this thing, put count star. Okay, 12 means 12 records are there. Okay, moving on with the next topic. So I hope join is clear for everyone. Join is a topic of yesterday's session. I'm just moving to the new topics with today's session. I hope join is clear. If not, please stop me and ask me question. You can also check it from web and all. Try to clear your concept. If the concept is not clear, please ask me question, because that should be definitely asked from interviewer. Okay. The next topic. Today we'll be going ahead with some of inbuilt functions. We already gone through one of the inbuilt functions called concatenation. While learning, at the first or second day, we have employee first name and employee second name. So we use concatenation function over there. So what concatenation will we do? It will work on top of string data type, and it will concatenate multiple strings into one. So concat functions we already work. So that is why I'll be not going through concatenation. Let me go ahead with some date function. Okay, and just to recall, we have one date field in our employee table. Sorry, employee table. Yeah, let me just put select star from employee, or we can also just click over here. We can see the date of birth. TOB is having date data type. Okay, select star from Okay, so let's start from employee. We are having those many employees. Okay, each of the employees is having their date of birth. Let's play with the date of birth column. Let's see. I mean, we have lots of date functions available, but mandatorily date function should be working on top of date data type, not any varchar data type. Okay, so we can see the day, month, year. Let's do all those kind of things. I'm pulling this thing as well as I'm pulling star, and the new columns, as I mentioned, there can be derived columns. So I'm creating a derived column, year from date of birth, DOB. Year is a function, inbuilt function on top of date of birth. Let me run it. Okay, so till date of birth, it's fine. It's giving me the output of star, comma, a new column that is year of date of birth. You can see it's extracting the year from individual date of birth. Okay, there is null value, that is why the year function is also pulling null. I can have some more fields just like year, day, month. I'm just doing all the things. I'm extracting day, year, month from date. Okay, you can see that is this is nothing but I'm extracting the thing. Okay, date difference. I can put date difference. Okay, this is one more important. Current date. Current date is nothing but it will be returning my system timestamp date. Actually, timestamp it will not be returning. System's current date. Okay. So this is the output of current date. Today's date is this. As per my system, 15 November 2023. So it's returning in this manner. Okay. Let's have a quick exercise. Okay, date difference. It will be helping if we just put two different date. It will be helping me. What is the day gap between these two dates? It will be returning the days, value in days as an output. I'll be going through this one in an example. Suppose we have an exercise. Exercise is create a new calculative column which should be having employees age. Okay, I'm removing this thing. This is our original table. Create a calculative column or derived column called age, which should be employees age. What should be the output of the employees age? So what should we do? We can do two ways. We can use current date as well. We can extract current date years as well as date of birth years, and we can have a subtraction. How to do? I'm doing year on top of current date. It will be extracting year from current date minus year of date of birth. Okay, so I'm just doing a subtraction. I'm getting the year over here. Okay, so this is I can alias it age as age. Okay, This is how we can get the age. Another way we can get the age, because this is not so much accurate. Maybe the particular person's date, let me search such a date, 11. Okay, as of now, it's fine. Suppose someone's date of birth is 12, means December month. Then they'll be also showing the age. Maybe over here, I do not have such examples over here. We have reached all the months or dates by this date. So as of now, age is accurate. But if anyone's date of birth is December, then also it will be calculating one extra age over here if we follow this kind of process. So there we can use date diff function. Whose date diff function is there. Within date diff, I can pass current date. Two parameter I'm passing with comma. Current date, comma, date of birth. Means it will be calculating how many days are there in between these two dates. Let me run it. Okay, this is calculating the day gaps between these two dates is this many days, 12217. Okay, now I can divide this thing by 365 because each year is having 365 days. I can run the same query. So this is my exact year. Okay, if you want to round off or if you want to have a float value on top of this, this is an integer function. We are now learning integer function as well. Float value of this, because while doing the age calculation we can do float value only. Okay, float is not there. Let me go ahead with round off. What is happening? Operand should contain one column. Over here, how many columns I'm
There should
presenting?
be another parenthesis.
I missed one parenthesis.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly check once more. Okay, date diffs. I missed date diff over here. Maybe in mistakenly. Let me go one by one quickly. So what I was doing, I missed date diff unexpectedly. So I was doing a date
Is the
difference over here.
syntax different in MS SQL from this?
Hmm? Microsoft SQL
Is the
Server,
syn-
yeah, there should be a bit different. I'll be just coming. So date actually there is a miss from my side. A date diff function I put earlier, but after that I was doing, yeah, I'll be coming that part quickly. 365, that is fine. Then I'll be doing round off on top of this. Okay, let me run it now. Yes, now it's fine. Yeah, for MS SQL, yeah, definitely. As I mentioned, the inbuilt function. If we are using inbuilt function, the inbuilt function syntax are a bit different from each of the individual databases. So whatever we are learning over here, it should not be exactly same. Maybe when you are doing concatenate function, over somewhere we are using over here concat function. Within there, we are passing the particular parameters which needs to be concatenated. Some of the database they are not doing this way. They are doing column name, column one. This is the concatenation operator, double pipeline, column two. They're passing in this manner. So there are a bit syntax difference between the databases, especially on their inbuilt function. Okay. But it's very minimal. If we have the concept clear, how the functions can be used in our query and all, we should be having a clear concept that this database should be having this kind of function. Can quickly check it in web how that can be doable by this database. It is very, very simple. But how to use the functions and all, these are the ways you can use the function. Okay. Let me alias also this thing as age one. Okay, this is age. This is age 1. You can see. Okay, there is one change. It's 3940. Okay, while doing the round off, it's not taking floor value. Let me take it whether it can take the floor value. Yeah, it should be taking. Yeah, now it's accurate. Both of my age calculations are matching. Okay. Any doubts so far from anyone? No doubt. Okay, it's fine. Let's move ahead with another topic quickly. Concept of dummy table. Let me quickly show what is dummy table. Actually, dummy table we can also use. Dummy table is also there with different naming convention between different tables. So what is dummy table? So a dummy table name is over here is called dual. So each time when we are doing the select query, we are doing select star from table name. Okay, select star from table. So dummy table is having one row and one column. Means only one cell should be there. So while calculating anything, suppose I want to do some calculation. So this kind of age calculation, what I put few times ago, this is a big age calculation. I mean, this kind of calculation, if we can do in shorter way first, if my things are fine, then we can move it to the main table or just like this. This concept can be coming. So that is called dummy table. How dummy table is just like this can be performed. Dual is a dummy table name. I can just simply do select current date from dual. Okay. Even I can simply do not put dual as well. Just put select. I'm not putting any table name. By default, it will be picking up this dual table. So if I just want to do any kind of logical functions and all, I can implement the thing over here before implement the main thing. So when my column is ready, I can just copy this thing and paste it into our main thing. So any kind of calculation, numerical calculation as well, I can simply do in dummy table. Suppose 7 plus 8, 15. Okay, any calculation you can perform first in dummy table. So this is concept of dummy table is having only one single row and column. So one element should be there. So whatever function or calculation or derivation you want to do, that is possible or feasible over here. So just do it and push it here. Okay, this is concept of dummy table. Moving to the next topic. Conditional statement. Suppose I want to include a new column which should be conditional. That should be our last topic for today. Analytical function I will not be covering. Conditional statement will take some time. Okay. Conditional statement. Let me go to the main query once more time. Select star from employee. This is our employee table. So let's create a new column based on the experience or based on the salary. Based on the salary, let's segregate or let's create a new column just called salary range in this manner. Suppose salary range, it will be my new column based on okay, based on the columns data. Suppose whose salary is more than 1,20,000. I can tell them I can I can put the value in salary range, suppose higher salary or put high. Okay, suppose anyone's value is more than 80,000, but less than 120. I'll be telling them as mid. Okay. Anyone's salary is less than 80,000? I'll be telling low salary. Okay. Let me bring up this matter. Let me just change this range a bit. Maybe I'm putting 60. Less than 60 is low. Okay. So salary range should be having only high, mid, low. This kind of data. Based on this column, it will be calculating salary range value. So this is conditional statement. How to implement this thing? Okay, select star employee, it's fine. I'm creating on top of salary column, I'll be creating the salary range. So we can use a case statement. Case when salary is greater than equal 1 to 000, then put high. Okay. Case is I mean case keyword we just need to use once. Then the condition. When salary is greater than this, then high. Then put another when salary, just put the condition and put the value is greater than or greater than equal. Let me put greater than equal there. So I'll be including 60,000 as well. And salary less than 120. Then just put mid. I'm putting mid. Okay. Or I can put when again this thing, or I can directly put else. Okay. Else low. I'm putting three conditions in three different lines. Then that thing should be understandable properly. Sorry. Mid else low. Okay. And I need to end this case statement. There should be an end keyword. End. I can alias the entire thing as salary range. From employee. Okay. Select star case when this and the salary range from employee. Running this thing, it's showing error. Some issue salary. I have made a mistakes over here. This one salary. So here is my calculation. Let's see whether it's matching. 80,000 mid, 50,000 low, 2,50,000 high, 2,100 low. Yes, it's matching as per our whatever I have given the conditions, or it's matching these conditions as well. So this is how we can create new column, derived column, maintaining some conditions with some existing column. Okay. This is also very important concept. While creating data warehouse or data mart, we have to create this kind of derived column lots of times. Okay. Okay. So as of now, this is the thing. Let's cover the rest of the part in tomorrow's session. Those are very important actually. What we learned in today's session, it's very important. Okay, everything should be. I mean, if you are quite interested to join as a database engineers, those are very basic things as well as very important. Those can be asked in interviews as well. Okay. Okay. Any doubt so far? If not, then we'll be wrap up the session. Okay, I hope no. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Satvik.
sir.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please practice everything. If you are facing any stuck point, please ask me question. Practice the thing at your own. Just create your own data set and have a quick try. It should be a really fun. If I mean, if you are stuck in anywhere, you are solving it. Should be really fun. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.